Another video on aphantasia. Those of us who are upgraded can understand this better than those who are pickheads. Um, we've gone through a time where there was a nation or a world with no broadcast imagery. The only pictures you had were in published books and magazines. Or the radio you listened to. There was no television. And then came the dawn of the television, a black and white box that was easy to differentiate from the real world. Of course, except those who have color blindness. But uh, even at that time that the television became full color, there were only three channels. And some areas, only one that you could get because you were too far away from the big city. And in the deep country, there were no channels. Uh, this is when I was a kid. The three-channel television, color television, but three-channel television. And I was subjected to ads at that time. Now, ads at that time were heavily government controlled. What do they call them? The people who made sure that no foul language and nothing bad came on the television were editing constantly. So uh, I grew up with that, and I was a teenager when cable first came out, and cable created a whole new world. Cable bypassed the laws of the FCC. Um, were able to say whatever they want, which I'm all for free speech. But here is the problem that occurred at that time in history for pickheads, not for us upgraded aphantasia people. Uh, they were bombarded with shocking ads, with ads that were meant to catch your attention and leave an indelible memory in your head. I've heard you, I'm sure you've all heard of it. It's an indelible picture in my brain. Well, of course, we don't have that problem, but pickheads have that problem in mass. I really do believe that most pickheads have PTSD because of the massive amounts of shocking pictures in their brain that just never leave. So let me pursue this line a little bit further. After the shocking ads came the shocking television shows, the graphic television shows. Um, then came the video games, the graphic video games, and there are people out there that say violence on TV and violence on video games affects people, and brutal sexuality on television and on video games affects people. And for me, it doesn't affect me because I see it and that's it. It doesn't stay with me. But can you imagine the brains of these baby boomers? That's really what generation really got hit first with it. And baby boomers had no wisdom about how to handle it, no wisdom to process it. The kids today are actually much better at filtering things than the baby boomers are. Us baby boomers, and I was born in '63. Um, us baby boomers, and I guess the X generation that came afterwards, um, we've gone through the whole thing without any wisdom from the past. It was all a new experience, and we love the new experience, but I've seen as I've grown older that my age group has literally gone insane. Every concept of morality, in the healthy way, not in the church way, the morality of caring about other human beings seems to be gone. And I'm going to throw something out there, and this isn't scientific because there have been no studies. Pickheads seem to jump to conclusions based on their reality, and us upgraded people, we see things in a more realistic way, in a more pure way, because we don't have all the clutter in our brains. So uh, these baby boomers are sitting there mimicking some of these pictures in their heads because they've totally changed the way they acted. The people that you see on television now, and it's a minority of the baby boomers, but uh, the people you see on television now and in news stories, these people are not the same person they were in the 1980s or the 1970s. Of course, the 1980s was the generation of uber greed, and that's really when the mass media entered the heads of these baby boomers. And it doesn't seem like we've created anything good on a society basis since then. Our society has pretty much crumbled. And for those of you who might not know, I live in China now, and I have for the past 10 years. And that's actually augmented my upgrade in the good way, because um, China doesn't have any advertisement in their broadcasts. And to be honest, I don't really watch television. I haven't watched television probably for 20 years because the commercials just annoy the crud out of me. Um, but the Chinese people have a society because they haven't been broken up into individuality from these videos, from these shows, from this massive, these millions and millions of ads that are in these baby boomers' heads now. All these visuals that really take over your life. And let me close this video with this. You have a conscious and a subconscious mind. Your conscious mind can filter. Your subconscious mind tends to file. That's what dreams are, basically filing information. And again, that's why us upgraded people sleep so well, because we don't have to file all those pictures. Um, in the minds of the Pic Heads, all those pictures coming back to them day after day. Uh, I can't imagine what that does to the mental processor in their brain. How much they're slowed down by that, how much they're limited by that. It's just, I don't want to brag about it, but us upgraded people really do have a freedom that Pic Heads can never enjoy, because we don't have, as the Pic Heads would say, we don't have the baggage. We live for today. We live in today. It is the reality, and we're enjoying it. So that's the video, kind of rambling a little bit, but the general core of it is I see the insanity going on in America. I see the insanity coming from my generation, and I really am putting it down to mass marketing and the cluttering of their brains with all these images that they didn't really ask for. They were just subject to it in watching the Idiot Box, which I watched too. All of us did. All of us were glued to the television. It's just that I don't have any baggage from it, and they all do. And that has to count for something, right? Have a good day. Have a good life.